This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 21, verse 9. Suddenly, here they come, riders on horseback, two by two. The century gives the news. Babylon has fallen. All her idols they worship lie shattered on the ground. I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Almighty Yahweh Yahushai. I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Almighty Yahweh Yahushai. Double honors to the men of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is Brother Boaz on the set once again. Babylon has fallen, is fallen. America's destined to be destroyed. Okay, so this thing is going down, and you have to have the blood of the lamb to be right with Yahweh, so you can make it out with your life when this thing goes down. America's about to be destroyed. So you have to have the blood of the lamb if you want to make it out of here with your life when this thing goes down. Okay, it's like the blood in the book of Exodus. Let's get it. You have to have the blood. Let's get it. One moment. If you don't have the blood of Yahweh Yahushai, you won't make it out with your life when this thing goes down. You have to have the blood. You have to have the blood. America's about to be destroyed, and if you don't have the blood of Yahushai, which is the blood of Christ, you won't make it out with your life when this thing goes down. Blood on the doorpost, book of Exodus.
In the book of Exodus, God instructed the Israelites to put lamb's blood on their doorposts. This was a sign.
Okay, one moment. The book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 12. On that night I will go throughout the land of Egypt, killing every firstborn male, both human and animal, and punishing all the gods of Egypt. I am Yahweh. The blood on the doorpost will be a sign to mark the house in which you live. When I see the blood, I will pass over you and will not harm you when I punish the Egyptians. You must celebrate this day as a religious festival to remind you of what Yahweh have done. celebrated for all time to come. Okay, so you have to have the blood of Christ. Okay, if you don't have the blood of Christ, you won't make it out with your life. You have to be put right back with Yahweh. That's what this is. That's what this is all about. This thing is going down. America's destroyed. The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 1, verse 30. But Yahweh has brought you union with Christ Yahushai, and Yahweh has made Christ to be our wisdom. By him we are put right with Yahweh. We become Yahweh's holy people and are set free. Okay, so you see that? We become Yahweh's holy people and we're set free. Okay, America has fallen, it's destroyed. Okay, come back to Yahweh Yahushua while you still can. Okay, the gas is inflated, the food's inflated. Okay, everything is going downhill. America's is on its way out. Okay. Okay, one moment. The book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 8. The great angel followed the first one, saying, She has fallen. Great Babylon has fallen. She made all people drink her wine, the strong wine of her immoral lust. Okay, so she's fallen. Okay, she made everyone drink the strong wine of her lust. Okay, that's America. Okay, the great mystery whore, that's America. Okay, she made everyone drink from her vows of immorality. The book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 1. Then one of the seven angels who had the seven bowls came to me and said, Come, and I will show you how the famous prostitute is to be punished. That great city that is to be built on many rivers. Okay, that's America. Okay, that's America. America's destined to be destroyed. Okay, and if you don't want to get caught in riffraff, you have to have the blood of the Lamb. Okay, you have to have the blood of Christ if you want to make it out of here with your life when this thing goes down. Okay, Salakia, one moment. You have to have the blood of, okay, the book of John. The book of John, chapter 6, verse 53. Yahweh said to them, I am telling you the truth. If you do not eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you will not have life in yourself. Those who eat my flesh and drink my blood have eternal life, as I will raise them to life on the last day. For my flesh is real food. My blood is real drink. Those who eat my flesh and drink my blood will live in me, and I live in them. The living Father sent me, and because of him I live also. In the same way, whatsoever eats me and will live because of me. This then is the bread that came down from heaven. It is not like the bread that your ancestors ate, but then later died. Those who eat the bread will live forever. Okay, so you have to have the blood of Christ. Okay, so you can make it out of here with your life. Okay, without Yahweh Shai, you won't make it out with your life when this thing goes down. Okay, America's falling. Okay, the economy's going down. There's no jobs. Hyperinflation setting in. America's is the Titanic is going down. Okay, America's destroyed. You have to come back to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai now while you still can. No one can afford to pay their bills no more. The book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 2. The kings of the earth practiced sexual immorality with her, and the people of the world became drunk from drinking the wine of her immorality. Verse 5. On her forehead was written a name that has a secret meaning: Great Babylon, the mother of all prostitutes and perverts in the world. Okay, homosexual is high in America. Okay, here in Israel, homosexuality is high. All these perverts. You can marry a tree. You can marry your dog. Okay, you can marry your horse. It's a perverted city over here in America. It's a very perverted country. Okay, that's why it's a mother of all perverts. The book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 6. I saw the woman was drunk with the blood of Yahweh's people and the blood of those who were killed because they have been loyal to Yahweh Shai. Okay, they killed the prophets here. Okay, they killed the prophets. Okay, America's destined to go down. Yahweh's God is going to judge this place. Okay, it's going to drop high tech missile technology on this place. Okay, and it's going to go down. America's destroyed. The book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 13. These 10 all have the same purpose, and they give their power and authority to the beast. They will fight against the Lamb, but the Lamb, together with his called chosen and faithful followers, will defeat them, because he is Lord of lords and King of kings. Verse 15. The angel also said to me, the waters you saw on which the prostitute sits are nations, people, races, and languages. The 10 horns you saw and the beast will hate the prostitute. They will take everything she has and leave her naked. They will eat her flesh and destroy her with fire. Okay, that's the EU. They're going to get sick of America. They're going to get tired of America and drop missiles, high-tech missile technology on America. It's going down. Okay, it's going down. And the only way you're going to make it out of here with your life when this thing goes down is you have to have Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, okay, when this thing goes down. If you don't have Yahweh Shai, you won't make it out with your life. You won't make it out with your life when this thing goes down. The book of Acts 4, verse 8. Peter, full of the Holy Spirit, answered them, leaders of the people and elders, if we are being questioned today about the good deeds done to a lame man and how he is to be healed, then you should all know, and all the people of Israel should know, that this man stands before you completely well through the power of the name of Yahushua Mashiach of Nazareth, whom you crucified, and whom Yahweh has raised from the dead. Yahushua is the one whom the scripture said, the stone that the builders despise and turn out to be the most important of them all. Salvation is to be found through him alone, and all the world there is no one else whom Yahweh has given who can save us. Okay, that's it. Without Yahweh Shai, you won't make it out with your life when this thing goes down. You're gonna be destroyed. Okay, you have to have Yahweh Shai. Okay, without Yahweh Shai, you won't make it out with your life when this thing goes down. The book of Yoel, chapter 2, verse 30. I will give you warnings of the day and the sky and on the earth. There will be bloodshed, fire, and clouds of smoke. The sun will be darkened, and the moon will turn red as blood before the great and terrible day of Yahweh comes. But all who ask Yahweh for help will be saved. As Yahweh has said, some in Jerusalem will escape. Those whom I choose will survive. Okay, it's not going to be a lot of people. Once again, like we discussed on numerous occasions, it's not going to be a lot of people to make it out with their life when this thing goes down. Okay, when this thing goes down, it's not going to be a lot of people to make it out with their life. Okay, you have to be chosen. Your name has to be in the Lamb's Book of Life, and you have to be chosen before the world was made. Okay, that's how you're going to make it out with your life when this thing goes down. Okay, America's destined to be destroyed. America's destroyed. Come out of her while you still can. The book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 1. Then after this, I saw another angel coming out of heaven. He had great authority, and his splendor brightened the whole earth. He cried out in a loud voice, "She has fallen. Great Babylon has fallen. She is now haunted by demons and unclean spirits, and all kind of filthy and hateful birds live in her." Okay, that's it. America's destroyed. Okay, it's annihilated. Okay, come back to Yahweh Shai, so you can make it out with your life when this thing goes down. Okay, the great Babylon is over. Okay, this it's going to be destroyed. Okay, by thermonuclear destruction. That's why you have to come back to him while you still can. Second Peter chapter 3, verse 10. But the day of Yahweh will come like a thief. On that day, the heavens will disappear with a shrill noise. The heavenly bodies will burn up and be destroyed, and the earth and everything in it will vanish. Okay, the day of Yahweh is going to come like a thief. It's going to destroy and burn up America. It all's going to be destroyed. It's all going to be destroyed, okay? Nothing left in here, okay? It's all going to be destroyed, okay? There's nothing left that's going to be here in America, okay? That's why it's so important for you to come back into who you are now. The book of Jeremiah, let's go to Jeremiah 51. Jeremiah 51, verse 1. Yahweh says, I am bringing a destructive wind That's thermonuclear destruction. Okay, Yahweh Yahushua is going to bring a destructive wind against Babylonia and its people. I will send foreigners to destroy Babylonia like a wind that blows straw away. When that day of destruction comes, they will attack from every side and leave the land bare, okay? It's going to leave the land bare. It's nothing going to be here, okay? It's going to be totally annihilated, okay? Then the elect are going to get beamed it up in some so-called UFOs. Okay, some chariots. What you're seeing the UFOs now, they're making they're popping up every day. Okay, these UFOs, these flying crafts. Okay, those are the angels piloting these crafts. Okay, those are the angels, and they're gonna beam up the elect. After they beam up the elect, okay, they're gonna. If you're not of the elect, you won't make it out with your life when this thing goes down. Okay, if you're not of the elect, okay, if you have to get beamed it up, you have to be on a chariot. Okay, the Bible calls them chariots. Let's get it. The book of Ezekiel. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 1, verse 14. The creatures themselves darted back and forth with the speed of lightning. That's how fast these UFOs are. As I looked at the four creatures, I saw four wheels touching the ground, one beside each of them. All four wheels were alike. Each one shone like a precious stone, and each had another wheel intersecting at the right angle. Okay, so that's a wheel inside a wheel. Okay, if you're not in these heavenly crafts, you won't make it out with your life when this thing goes down. Okay, because those thermonuclear missiles, they destroy everything. Okay, they decimate everything. Okay, look what they did in Japan. Japan. Okay, Fat Boy and Little Boy. Okay, they totally annihilated that place. Okay, and those bombs are a firecracker. What they got today, Satan too. Okay. This place is ready to go up in smoke. Okay, so you have to come back to Yahweh Yahushua while you still can, while the doors of mercy are still open. Okay, this thing is going down. If you don't want to be destroyed, you have to come back into Yahweh Yahushai while the doors of mercy are still open. Okay, don't be destroyed. Okay, don't be destroyed. Okay, these are the last warnings that's going out. Okay, this thing is going down. America's is history. Okay, America's going to be ancient history. Okay, you're going to have to go to a museum and hear about America. Okay, when this thing goes down, it's going to be destroyed. So, verse 17, so that the wheels could move any of the four directions. Okay, they can move any. They don't have no limitations on them. Okay, these crafts don't have no limitations, or they can move anywhere they want. Okay, that's what this is about. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 41. Yahweh says about Babylon, the city the whole world praised has been captured. What a horrifying sight Babylon has become to the nations, okay? Because it's desolate. It's going to be desolate. The two towers have become a horrific sight. 9/11 and are a waterless desert. There are no one who lives there even traveled. I will punish Bel, the god of Babylonia, and make him give up his stolen goods. The nations will not worship him any more. Babylon has fallen and has fallen. People of Israel, run away from her. Run for your lives from my fierce anger. Do not lose courage or be afraid because of her rumor you hear. Each year, a different rumor spreads rumor of violence in the land and of one king fighting another. And so the time has come when I will deal with Babylonia's idols. The whole country will be put to shame and its people will be killed. Okay, you go, so it's not going to be no survivors. It's not going to be no survivors. It's going to be a totally desolate waste of wilderness. America's going to be a desolation, okay, totally destroyed, okay. And without the blood of Christ, you won't make it out with your life when this thing goes down, okay? That's Yahushua. I'm not talking about Jesus, okay? That's Yahushua, okay? You got to get his name right, okay? Before it's even the time. Time is ticking. Everything on earth and in the skies will shout for joy when Babylonia falls to the people who comes from the north will destroy it. Babylonia have caused the death of people all over the world, and now Babylonia will fall because of its cause of death of so many Israelites. Yahweh has spoken, okay? Babylon's destroyed. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 30. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah, verse 29. The earth trembles and shakes because of Yahweh is carrying out his plans to make Babylonia a desert. No one will live. The Babylonian soldiers have stopped fighting and remain in their forts. They have lost their courage and have become helpless. The city gates are broken down and the houses are on fire. Okay, what's going to do that? Thermonuclear destruction. What's going to do that? Thermonuclear destruction is going to destroy her. That's it. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 5. I, Yahweh, power Almighty, have not abandoned Israel and Judah, even though they have sinned against me, the Holy One of Israel. Run away from Babylonia. Run for your lives. Do not be killed because of Babylonia's sin. I am now taking my revenge and punishing it as it deserves. Babylonia has been a golden cup in my hand, making the whole world drunk. The nations drank its wine and went out of their mind, okay? The nations drunk out of Babylon's cup and went crazy, okay? All the nations, China, okay? They drunk from Babylonia's wine. Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 1. Woe to thee unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourself with sackcloths of hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent unto you who may turn it back. A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the woods? May anyone quench the fire of stubble when it has begun to burn? Okay, those once again those missiles, those missiles. This place is going down. This place is going down. It's going to be destroyed. The book of Psalms, chapter 73, verse 19. They are instantly destroyed. They go down to a horrible end, okay? They're instantly destroyed. They go down to a horrible end, okay? That's what this is about. And if you don't have the blood of Christ, which is Yahweh Shai, you heard me say this before, you won't make it out with your life when this thing goes down, okay? Your goose is cooked, okay? You won't make it out with your life. You're going to be destroyed, okay? Come back to Yahweh Shai while you still can. Last warnings, okay? Come back to Almighty Yahweh Shai. We'll warn you until we can't warn you any longer. Come back to the Lord Yahweh Shai while there's still time, so you can make it out with your life with this thing, so you can save you and your loved ones, so you can make it. So hopefully you was edified. I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Almighty Yahweh Shai. Shalom.